We finally got the episode where we got Kenya and I believe Brit's situation that we all heard about for a year now. So catch up. Last week we had the situation where we had Brits basically threatening Kenya, saying that she has pistols. Everybody at the table, everybody was saying that Brit overreacted, and I also believe she did because I did not see any episodes leading up where Kenya was being rude or shady or whatever it is to her. So I don't see what Brit was coming with when she said that Kenya was being whatever. Now, my situation with this thing is it's just sad that Kenya used her hair spa opening to basically shame Brits, basically. Now, before we even get into the actual, and most of this review is going to really be surrounding that, we saw Angela and Brit went over to Shamia's house, and this is where the ladies had a conversation regarding what Brit said. And Brit is basically being remorseful in the scene. She's saying that she's not that type of person. She's really a nice person. I, for me, think when persons are angry and they say certain stuff, I feel like that's also showing a part of their character. So I necessarily did not get she is a actual nice person per se. I did not get that. And this trying to save face, I don't know if production or someone said something to her, but you were talking all of this big game the night before. Now you're coming here saying you're not that type of person. You are very nice. And the ladies pretty much quote unquote trying to let her know that, well, you weren't disinvited towards the actual event for her hair spa, so I think you should apologize to her. And I believe this is where I'm really upset with production about it, because we also saw where Brit as well went and had a sit down with Portia. Who knows if this was even shot afterwards, but we saw where she had to sit down with Portia, and Portia was also holding her accountable. Portia herself says she has not seen what Brit is saying that she has experienced, and obviously Brit came in preconceived notion where she felt like this is normally Kenya, and Kenya was just not giving her that old Kenya, basically, and that's where things just hit the fan. But for me is I am just more like upset the fact that you had all of these chances where this girl was going around to every cast member, basically sharing her side and how remorseful and sorry she is. And yeah, it may make it for good TV, but why didn't we get a one-on-one sit down or a phone call or something? Or even not even a one-on-one if they don't feel comfortable with one and each other, maybe like another cast member, like three of them. Why didn't we get that? Why did we have to wait all the way until her actual events for this girl to show up with flowers to apologize to her? And I think this is where production did not as well protect Kenya. Why are we making that? And I'm not sure. Yes, she did carry the poster boards, but to my feeling, I'm like, did she feel like production is setting her up? This girl threatened my life. She probably made complaints behind the scenes about not feeling safe, and then to see this girl actually show up to her event with flowers in her hand with a card, it's just to show you a slap in the face that why wasn't Kenya getting the opportunity to have a one-on-one apology sit down with this girl? Because who knows, maybe it wouldn't have reached where it reached basically at the actual show. And this is why I'm really upset when it comes on to production and the whole team behind the scenes, because you guys sat there and said nothing was said. You gaslit Kenya to make it feel as if like no one heard anything about a pistol, but then you guys aired it, which makes you guys look stupid because you guys were the one who's saying you did not hear anything regarding that. And now we're going to see where she is going around basically saying she feels remorse, so she's sorry. But we weren't given the opportunity for them to have a sit down one-on-one. And the problem is as well is where you also sweep under the rug that this girl made a threat against someone's life, but you guys draw the line because a picture was shared that was allegedly already out there online, basically. For me, in reality, because clearly these people are living in a different world, in reality, I believe someone's life being threatened should be taken more serious than some pictures that were shown. Yes, it's sad, or yes, it's not a good look, but some pictures that were shown that you already put out there allegedly, than someone's life who was threatened. I think that one is a bit more serious, and it's sad that that was not even taken seriously. It was just like no one protected Kenya. And I think that's why it led to her doing what she did. And not that it was right, but I could see what in her mind led her to feel as if, like, well, if no one is protecting me and I have this information on this girl, then guess what? The gloves are off. I'm going to expose her ass. But the thing is, I think the timing was also off. Yes, what she did was wrong, but I think the timing was off because it's like a double homicide where you did this at your opening, that persons are coming for you to support you and something that you were, as you said, as Portia said, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. And this is the moment when you decide to bring up the information that you have on Brit. The Drew and Portia of it all, I am not understanding why Portia is making a big deal about Dennis filming with Drew. If you don't care if they're doing stuff together, if you know that he's the EP on her album and this girl has an album one to drop, which it's a good album, I do not see why is it that you think that she would not have Dennis on the show to film with her, because obviously that is promotion. I don't see, and maybe there's a lot missing from the story, but I do not see what is the big deal about him filming with Drew. You didn't have any issues walking into Fallon's house and then walking back out with her husband. So I don't see, is it that you're afraid that something like that may happen to you, but you don't care doing that to others? I do not see what the big deal is when it comes on to having Drew film with Dennis. I know you may not have nothing going on for you because you thought your own storyline would have been Simon and both of y'all, and because that went through the window, I don't know if you're just making this big thing out of Drew, and it's really showing that you don't even seem that you're even that serious. You don't seem that even that bothered by it. So I don't know, why are you making this big deal? You're saying to this girl you want to do a one-on-one, and then when you get in any scenes or whatever, you first of all, she said you cancel on the one-on-ones, and then whenever she sees you, which is always have to be a group event because you're canceling, you don't want to have a conversation with her. But you had no issues the first episode in lighting her up in front of everybody, especially the new ones. So I don't know, why is it that you're now so bothered or concerned or do not want to have a conversation with Drew? Is it that you're afraid that she's going to catch you in your lie or catch you basically slipping up? Because I don't see why is it you're so afraid to have a conversation with Drew. It does not make sense to me. You probably can help me explain it more, but I don't know what the big deal is at this point. Now, of course, we had this week where we had Cynthia doing her press run. Basically, speaking about Kenya, I can agree with her 50-50 on that one, where, okay, I could see where, yeah, it wasn't right, whatever the case is might be, but I don't like the idea of how you, or everyone, I should say, or most persons, I should say, is making it seem what Brit said was just wrong choice of words, and it's not taking that seriously, but everybody's just harping on the fact that, oh my God, Kenya showed some pictures at this event. So someone's life being threatened, no big deal, but you showed someone's nudes at events, and that's not right, and we need to draw the line here, and you need to be suspended for that because it's someone's nudes that was allegedly already online that anybody can probably look up and find. But it's not right for you to do something like that. We have to draw the line at you basically doing that. But we don't need to draw the line if someone makes a threat against your life, because it's just your life. Why is that serious? I think that is the narrative that's being portrayed. And I think why, again, Kenya felt not protected. Because even her own friends don't seem like they're even protecting her. Because everybody is more on the Brit side, and Brit was so mortified, and oh my God, her pictures were shown, oh my God. But no one cares that you made a threat against, because it's Kenya. We don't care. And I think that's a sad thing. And for a friend who Cynthia should be, you're doing interviews and you're picking up for someone that you barely know. And you know Kenya so long. You saw the episode, because I'm sure you heard about it at the time, but no, you saw the episode where, yes, it was said. And yet it's still Kenya. Not Brits, Kenya. I don't know. I wouldn't want friends like that around me, but let me know what your thoughts on the whole of that basically is. But the events, the hair spa event was good. I like the whole hair show that she did. The spa looks good. Everything went well, and it just came to the shits when it came on to Brits basically coming to the event, and also it going downhill from there with Kenya exposing her. But I don't know. It's just, am I watching the finale of Housewives right now? Because with no more Kenya, what is the rest of the season going to shape up to be? Like, are we going to have Brit basically playing victim for the rest of the season? Or are we going to get her doing it in one episode and then she's like, well, she got Kenya out of here, so she's moving on? Like, I don't know what the feeling or vibe is going to be like when it comes on going forward with this season, but I'm going to give it a watch to see what happens. But we have no more Kenya, guys, and I don't know what does that mean exactly for the rest of the show, but let's see if the rest of the ladies are able to carry the show. Yes, we know Phaedra came on, but she came on in literally the last ending of the show. I really doubt. Let's see if she'll make an impact, but she didn't really make an impact when it comes on to Married to Medicine. So let's see if she'll make any sort of impact on the show. But that was my thoughts on the episode. I believe that if Kenya was suspended or whatever, Brit as well should have been suspended as well, because she also did make a threat and she kind of did started it, really, if we want to put it that way. But let me know your thoughts on the episode, guys. Remember, guys, to like, share, and comment, and also subscribe to the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.